in fairness. That could have been what happened in that last game, but it just seemed like they were a little bit off going into that third map. So hopefully they've been able to reset themselves now between. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what Wings Up can give us in terms of the way the veto's gone. As you said, it is really good for them. So hopefully the individuals are going to be able to back it up. Hopefully now they've got what it takes to give us a good game here versus the Mongols, because we know that at the very least, that the Mongols have really strong individuals. Rather, we've seen it from Machine Gun. Sogo had some really good performances. NCL had his moments. They've clearly got some skill there. So Wings Up are going to have to, at the very least, try and match that. And, well, let's see what the plan is. They need the door off. Going to be full focus, though, out of the hut, or pretty much so anyway, as three of them try and make their way through. They're going to be mowed down. The only kill being found by Lan up until the point that Martin is left alone in a 1-on-4 initially. Now a 1-on-3, and I do not like his chances. He hasn't even been spotted by that player in main. He's just being spammed to bits, and, well, that is a very fast pistol.
Yeah, unlucky, mate, unlucky. But like we said, getting off to that strong start going to be important for the Mongols. So, looking good, baby. Not a bad little move. Very, very interested to see how this pans out. Yeah, straight into strong rifles as well. 2 SMGs for the Mongols, so kind of learning some of their lessons, it would seem, from previously, making sure that they are ready for the early AK buy. Sogo's going to get overwhelmed, though. The support not quite in fast enough. I don't think they'll get any more than this. Yeah, flank coming in from Yami, but all the same, relatively big. Take a player down in a round like that. Can be happy with it.
I was a bit surprised Sogo stayed where he was rather than trying to back away. It was a contrast to what we seen from them on their CT side in that previous game. Even though they didn't really get going much, obviously they still were playing it usually pretty safe, willing to just drop that player back down when they found contact. But I guess they're against pistols, they were like, screw it, let's just show what we're capable of. Obviously it was a good recovery, bar that one casualty. Shouldn't really cost them too much. Going up against the rifles now, this is where it really starts to become a high stakes game. The first gun round here, a very important swing round, especially Wings Up here on the T side. You want to ideally start building up that grind early on. They've already got a couple players across the secret. They'll be joined by more, and they have a bit of presence in towards lobby, at least retained, but pretty much everyone right now down towards secret.
Machine gun. Gonna get mollied off. I was ready for him to pop off. NCL though with the big nade damage. Here we go. A little weird. Machine gun in for the double. Looking for more. Can't get it. I'm gonna get dropped though. Great information coming through. Sogo's here and the MP9 down below as well. Surely you feel like they should be able to hold off. NCL up against the door. Oh. Thinking about it. Not going to happen. Yami. Oh, I was going to say surely caught off, but he gets the luckiest little move of his life. Bingo looked away at the worst possible time. And now 35 seconds left. 4 on 2. And they're not in either bomb site, right? So I think they were hoping that... Oh, a little bit of the lurking presence. I could get it done. A bit weird around double door, as all the bodies go spamming in and out. Either way, it's just gas. 17 HP and 20 seconds to work with. Not a chance he'll get backstabbed. And there you are. First rifle goes the way of the Mongols. Looking pretty comprehensive here, Dean.
Yeah, it's early days in fairness, but this is pretty quickly alleviating the fears that I had about the nuke of the Mongols, because as we said, it was the CT side that they struggled on. Their T side was pretty good. They came out with 6 rounds, if I remember correctly, and that was with a pretty rough start as well. They managed to just kind of grind it out. So, yeah, the fact that they've managed to get off to a better start here on the defense is a good sign, but it's still early enough days. I'm not completely ruling out Wings Up. I'm not ruling them out at all. They'd like to get some damage, and imagine though with this half fight that they're on right now, make it at least worthwhile. And well, there was an initial entry that may have boded well for them. Unfortunately, absolutely nothing else comes afterwards. Machine gun brought down to 2 health. Not quite finished off though. That would have been a nice little extra weapon to be taken away, but sadly it doesn't work out. 4-0. There we go. The guns, they're coming into play, but if Wings Up can't manage to get on the board here in this gun round rather, then at that point you really do begin to worry.
Yeah, this is true, man. This is very, very true. Really shaping up to be a different looking Mongols. Taking that pep talk in between games. And it seems to be paying off. Now, we'll see. Once Wings Up, you would assume, kind of crack the nut. Can Mongols readapt? Keep it interesting. Julie spam. Okie dokie. I mean, sure, whatever floats your boat, really. Gas is going to make it down, though, and make it down not completely unspotted. It's going to be the B split here. Sogo dealing mainly with the ramp hit. Decent damage to come through. Bit of a dodgy smoke, but no one wants to take a peek around it. Like I say, it's gas that's already down below.
Oh, I could feel the lineup. That is unfortunate for Yami. Let's see if his teammates can ensure that it doesn't cost them too much rather now. As the bomb, I think, just got dropped down the vent. That's going to be a bit of an issue for Wings Up. NCL, I mean, ambitious that he decided to go for the full swing there, I won't lie. I guess since the bomb was already down vent, he presumed that they might have been moving in with it. But it's only now being recovered and actually brought onto this A-bomb site where it will be planted, surprisingly. Magnum's not wanting to take the risk of peeking in. Instead, he put the molly down, and it's actually going to give Child King something to work around right now. Trading out to the rifle, I believe. Actually just going to trade weapons, so they still have the up for this retake. It's not ideal. So go up on top of Silo. Wasn't quite spotted. He was heard, but that was it. And, well, Magnums is going to be still up on the rafters, ready to, of course, catch him once that smoke faded away. 5-0. It's a much closer round. But that's not too big of a deal to the Mongols, because they've got pretty good money after building up, after taking those initial 4 rounds in pretty clean fashion. So even though they only live with 2 here, they're fine. Sitting happy at 5-0 as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that is kind of the elephant in the room at the moment, that, you know, getting there, getting close or whatever, it really isn't enough at this point. Wings Up on their pick as well. I'm really kind of struggling now. Is some of the logic in that pick based on, you know, recency bias? Not quite sure, but it could be. Yeah, it really could be that they have seen Mongols struggle on this map. And they fancy their chances. Yami with a big double. Oh, and a nice little trade out from NCL, retaining that advantage. And he's going to keep on going. Land the only one. And it's fallen apart pretty quickly. You know, they try and go for something faster, not letting up, I guess, in their decision-making here on that T side. But it just, you know, seems like nothing really working for them.
It's a struggle right now. As you said, Wings Up gave a good run in that game versus IHC as well, with it going the full 3 maps, but it seems like they're a bit rusty coming into this series now after having a bit of a break. Body shot by Magnums. Takes his head off just to be sure. Had the dual Berettas ready if he didn't land anyway, so no matter what, land was doomed. 6-0. We get our first tactical pause coming in when they can't buy.
Well, you know,
Talk
a bit about what you're going to do here. And then mainly about the rifle round, I would imagine.
They can probably basically extend their pause by chatting while they hold for some aggression as well. So
your existence timeout.
Yeah, Nuke was the map where they most commonly done it as well. They just chill up on the roof most of the time, right?
Yeah, true. This is true. So we'll see. Either that or they've just talked all about the rifle round and then they're just going to, like, send it in this round and, you know, rush in and hope that it's over a bit quick or whatever.
I mean, they've got some pistols and stuff, so I don't think they're going to just throw it around the way. Obviously, the full loss bonus has been going for a little while now for them, so they'll try and make it costly, try to do some damage. And to be fair, over the last couple of rounds, they've done a considerable amount. The money was looking better when it was like 4-0 for the Mongols than it is right now. So have a chance maybe if they can take 2 to 3 kills here and then win out this next round to maybe do it in just one more gun round afterwards. But still, That's quite a ways to go, and well, they're being baited in right now into a crossfire as Machine Gun has, well, a very happy time spraying down 3 of them. They do find 2 kills though, so not too bad considering what they had to work with.
So here we go, really starting to get to panic stations, to be honest. If they can, you know, pick up the sort of victory in the half, as it were, without dropping around, then you really do start to worry about how deep this goes, how far this goes. Could be very, very scary indeed for Wings Up Gaming. Need to get the rounds up, to be honest. That's not a joke, it's just the truth. Only speak the truth, dude. Only speaking facts. That's me. Yami gonna get attacked down low early on. Maybe this is something.
Some good damage, but they're actually gonna get the, I was gonna say, secret control here as well on the T side, which is more important than the bit of damage, but when the kill came in, I was gonna say otherwise. As a trade back from Gas, at least keeps it in a 4-on-4. So yeah, I mean, they've still got one down in secret. That can be a bit of a nuisance. It's going to keep a player present, of course, down on this part of the map. And, well, the 4-on-4 in general is favourable for the T side. Gas clearing things out, and they're going to split it in through ramp. So, yeah, this is going to be tough to hang on to, actually. They don't really have anyone holding ramp itself, and then the B player is in towards single, so he can't do anything about the ramp push either. It'll be more about hopefully taking this player that's still in lobby and then maybe having an advantage to go into the retake, and that's not going to work out. Bingo finds the head of Magnums.
Big kill. You can tell they have indeed saved this round, worked on this round, talked about how they're going to execute it. Sogo, in a weird kind of spot, is, you know, relinquishing some control but gaining a lot of info. I don't think it's quite going to be useful enough, though. As the bomb goes down, I imagine we move to save here. Maybe if Sogo found that one, but he didn't. They've got plenty of money, but it just, again, it feels like you don't want to give away too many kills. Oh, just take what you have into the next, but they are bleeding players here.
Yeah, no point throwing the weapon away if you're NCL here. Maybe take one more kill if they come to you, but I don't think hunting them down is all that worthwhile. 4 players going to be left standing on the side of Wings Up. That's what they needed, really, to kick themselves into gear, really, into action. But we'll have to see whether now they can replicate that performance, because, of course, there's still money. There's just about enough for a perfect buy here for the Mongols. Apologies, my voice is giving out on me. But yeah, they don't really have anything left over afterwards. They'd have enough to buy on 3 of the players, pretty much. They only get 1900, so it would be an eco that they'd be put down on, and Wings Up at that point to grind out the 3rd round, most likely. At that point, then, they'd have a bit of a foundation to work with and maybe still come away with a good T side. So you can see the start of things. For now, though, a nade outdoor. They destroyed a vent and tried to sell out a little bit. I guess that they might have been dropping someone down the vent, but it's all about just the early pressure, really. They do actually try and get Bingo down before that smoke fades away. Unfortunately, he didn't expect Machine Gun to be down there. I thought he had made eyes when he dropped.
Suppose not, or at the very least, we have seen some, you know, communication issues in places. Either way.
Yeah, in that last game, we definitely seen some.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like from both sides.
Sorry, I was drinking when
That's
you said
just
that.
Just the way it goes sometimes, you know. Can get a little busy, a little crazy in the comms. Machine Gun and Sogo here, hold down. Sogo forced forward, so much damage. Surely Machine Gun can capitalize a bit, but the AWP leads the charge. Big kills from Lan. Martin on the top side keeps them pretty much out of the round, I would say, and now definitely a save, I would presume. Magnum's going to get moyed and smoked out, so yeah, not really fancying their chances in this one, Dino.
Feels like they were almost too certain that they had that round won, and that they ended up just giving some chances away. It was really good damage from Sogo. I mean, he had a tough choice to make when that molly went down. Did he want to push forward with it and take the fight and not let his teammate be isolated, or he could have fell back and then told his teammate not to fight it as well, and they could have just tried to delay extra time, which probably would have been the way to go. Obviously, one more bullet on each of those players, he gets 2 kills, then suddenly his teammate doesn't die in the vent and he probably comes away with frags as well. Suddenly it's a whole different round, so yeah, it's hard to judge. It comes down to those players and a few shots that don't land, unfortunately. For Wings Up though, another round with 4 players standing, another forced save over on the side of the Mongols. With those 2 weapons carried over, they actually could force around this. They can manage a couple of drops, NCL can buy for himself, so it's not even really a force, they'll have everything they need.
Alrighty, getting a little more competitive, I suppose. Wings Up, still 2 rounds, you know, not quite going to be enough, guys, I'll tell you that for free. So we'll see here, there's a lot of work still to be done. I don't know, 5-6 rounds, surely got to be the baseline that you aim for, and even that is... might get difficult. We'll see. It kind of depends on this round, really. The money kind of runs out after this one for the Mongols. So,
yeah, they'll be in trouble when that happens because of the save. It'll mean they'll actually be down 7. It'll be 7-4 rather than 7-3 when they get the guns out again. So, it would be a pretty good opportunity for Wings Up to go towards maybe 6. Who knows? Maybe even more on that T side still. So it really has turned around. Let's see. Ramp rush going to be coming in. Nice bait and switch setup once again. They have one player tucked in. A close machine gun is cleared. But he still gets at least 1 kill from it. And they've called for that assistance in from Hell as well. The op in the hands of Magnums. So, as you can see, things are not going too well on the ramp rush. Or the ramp push, rather, for Wings Up. And even got dropped out into their view. So there's not really a lot that can be done. They're going to have to fight for that back.
yeah, this is really difficult now. So go just spotting, making sure they don't go too deep. The wall banger's in, I think. Pretty sure that's where that damage came from. Gas going to find the kill as well. So maybe small panic stations. The man from down below has perhaps saved the day. 3v3. I'm going to get the bomb. There's only 20 seconds, though. Yeah, I mean, surely. Okay. Going to go down. 10 seconds. Flank coming in. Could get kind of wild. Ah, NCL is so close to ending the round here and now. Still, though, brings it down to a 1 versus 2 for Bingo. I think they've got the info of where he's at. A little early on the peak there, Magnums. No need to go crazy. Fake out on the glass. Bingo, no idea really where to look. And NCL, he's just going to go for the swing from double. Wins the fight. And thank God, because it was a very, very winnable round that almost goes up in flames.
Yeah, as you said, I'm not too sure why Magnums wanted to peek that on his own with the op while his teammate clearly wasn't ready, but yeah, teach their own. 8-2 though. Very crucial round that was needed for both teams, really. Maybe more so for Wings Up, because now they're left in a slightly awkward spot, but at least they have enough money to buy again. They can keep the pressure on. If Mongols had have lost that, they would have been completely screwed. Their economy would have been gone. Wings Up would have been building up a decent T side right now. Instead, it's NCL who did save the day. Wings Up, I believe, focusing a little bit more on the outside control this time. They haven't put their nades down, though. Actually, will now a little bit later, sorry. But they catch Machine Gun up on top of Garage. Not a position you see too often, because it is very difficult to retreat from. Catch on the cross. Oh, and a ton of damage onto land. Surprised that didn't kill him. It looked like it was on.
Close, definitely close. He's getting the recoil master and get that spray control 100p. Either way. All setting up for 9. Sogo. Difficult sticks around. That's the 8-2 scoreline coming into play, isn't it? The overconfidence going to cost him his life. Big damage, but no kill. Magnums peeks out. Brings it back to a 3-on-3. Bingo on the lurk. Got to do something with this. I think NCL must have sticking around. Yami through the door. Denies the bomb plant. Make life a bit awkward, Martin. Oh, and now NCL in the same spot. Bingo going to come down. NCL kind of reading it. Checking all the angles. He's going to get flanked out. Checks it, though, at the perfect time. Oh, beautiful read. And now just Martin in, yeah, worst possible spot you probably find yourself in. He actually manages to catch NCL somehow. So, into a 1v1 against Magnums. The low HP not really going to matter. Oh, and Magnums maybe misreading it. Scoped in. Doesn't think he's behind the silo. Big win for Martin and a third on the board for Wings Up.
Okay, but why was he so certain he was close? He had a molly, right? Could have threw the molly in behind the silo while he was...
Someone must have said... Seemed a bit sure of it. I'm not sure. I really don't know. Because he was looking...
Seemed very sure of it, even when the flash came in. Like, he heard a flash pop and bounce and all, and he didn't see it come out of that corner.
He even initially looked like he thought he had crept in to single or something. I don't know, mate.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just really strange that he wasn't at all being careful of silo and that he didn't react to the flash and stuff. Although once he heard the flash bouncing, he might have just kept looking away to try and just like look back as soon as it popped. And
it's a pretty tough 1v1, so. I guess. But
yeah, I mean it was tough. Didn't help himself though. But
will probably kick himself, yeah. Will probably kick himself after he watches the VOD.
Just a Mag 7, a Deagle and a P250. This should be 4 for Wings Up. If they get one more gun round, they've got a decent D-side to themselves pretty much down off the back of it. So you can see the turnaround there that Wings Up have already managed to find for themselves, and we'll see if they can make this a clean round as well so they can stabilize their economy, which is the one thing they haven't had a chance to do.
NCL. Molly down. Pretty common play here from Wings Up. They do like the secret approach. Actually going to fake it, though. And move back up. I don't think they know what they're up against buy-wise, and it's kind of fair. And super, super slow for a round like this. Obviously, we know as soon as they get into fights, it is very likely to be done fast. There comes the first. Yami with his trusty Mag 7. Could get a catch here. Gonna get one. Yami's also found a kill. Oh, close for Magnums on a second. Hold the phone ever so slightly. NCL tries to get the catch. Can't tag onto that AK. They're also bloody low. But still the advantage. Still that weaponry as well. Yami looking for the catch. Drops the bomb. 25 seconds. Gets very, very weird now. They will retrieve that bomb, but a lot of time bought, and you can see the USP is down here quite fast. Looking to deny said plant. Can't do so. Can't find the frag. But they're so close, Dean. They're so low. Surely a great chance here for the CT side to nick this one away. They don't have a lot of time to work with. The AWP gonna have to go up huge. He's now the only one left. Oh, goodness. Finds the first. Onto the bomb goes Sogo. Taps it. Trying to draw the AWP out here. Lan. Shoulder peeks in and finds the head. Beautiful play and a massive, massive clutch once again for Wings Up.
Shouldn't really have been necessary, though, considering what they were up against. Thankfully, Lan knew that it was the weaker buy, obviously, so he took a bit of a risk not peeking straight away, presuming he wasn't sticking the defuse. Otherwise, that could have been trouble. But, yeah, 4 on the board for Wings Up. The Mongols now coming back in with the guns, and they'll be hoping to start winning again, because they've done really good damage right there. They could break the economy of Wings Up and spiral them out of control again, potentially towards an 11-4. As A-play is a bit of a change-up. We haven't seen this from them yet, and it's working out amazingly. 2 instant entries, headshots on that A-bomb site. The bomb goes down uncontested, and, well, the Mongols probably calling for a save, I'd presume. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're budging.
Well, well, well. Wings Up. It took them a lot of time, but they have seemingly got control here. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good indeed. I think the save for Mongols should come in nice and easy, though. So, yeah, going to be an anticlimactic finish to this round. But Wings Up there, indeed, starting to close that gap. 5 rounds already on this mini comeback, as it were, and maybe a chance to secure even more. The Mongols is escaping them, and that was something they actually really struggled with, I think, when they're on lesser weaponry, when they maybe need to get a bit creative and, as I mentioned, readapt back into the game. they really did struggle last time out. So it took a bit more time, but once again, as the 1 rounds come in, couple of them here or there, they just can't really figure it out to get back in. So I feel like there's actually a very good chance for this to close to 7 now for Wings Up.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, this is... It's not the harder of the 2 buys, since the Mongols are still going to get a pretty good buy here in this next round, but it's almost on par with what they're going to have in the following as well. So yeah, Wings Up definitely looking favoured to pull this into a strong T side. They've already got an opening kill. Although the op has recovered, I think that was one of the M4s that they've had to drop for now, so hopefully someone else can maybe recover that. Doesn't really seem like it's in a great spot to be doing so though. This machine gun on a CZ is going to have to get some work done. He's had his moment, but overall, when we've seen him stuck down here in Secret having to deal with them coming through, he's really struggled to get anything done. NCL on a CZ also just doesn't have the range or, well, the time really to deal with Bingo, as they're hoping Yami can maybe at least pull this one back, but he needs this kill clean if they want any hope at all. He's going to have to rotate down very, very quickly now, and even then I don't know if it's worthwhile. I think you call for the save again. Just ensure that this buy is going to be flawless in this next round so that you can come through with at least the 9 rounds. Seems like they should have had a lot more considering how things started off for them.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Really, really struggling. Really, really struggling here. I think the AWP should be good. Yami, on the other hand, not so sure. Oh, no. He's quick switching for some reason. Yeah. Habit, probably. Something to do, the old ADHD getting the better of him. Sogo, though, he'll save the AWP. So, there is that. They can buy. Definitely nice to save the AWP, you know, avoids glass cannon or anything weird like that. But yeah, I mean, again, Wings Up, really, really solid recovery, and it is just not shocking necessarily, but Mongols, I think you get to that 8-2 and they lost, didn't they? They lost like a 2v1 or whatever. I think you take a pause there and you're like, right, this could get out of hand. Let's nip it in the bud, stay cool, stay in the zone. But they didn't, and it has spiraled. Still taking victory. T-side was decent enough from them last time we were here, but yeah, I don't think you want to allow Wings Up such a great leg up on you going into a map like Dust 2. Speed off the contact flash. NCL hidden away. Needed more than that, though. Sogo here on the rafters, however, uses his teammates as the distraction. Looking to get her done, but not ready for LAN. And now it's just Magnums through the smoke. Not a chance. 8-7 at the turn of the half. A great recovery coming in from Wings Up. We'll see what their CT side looks like after the short break. struggle to get back into things once Wings Up figured it out. 2 Julies. Or I guess 4 Julies on the Wings Up gaming side.
Would it be 4 Julies? Or did the Julies one as a whole?
Wait, no. Because Julie surely speaks to the fact that there's
4 duels. Or would you call them singles at that point? But
yeah, I'm not sure.
We're confusing ourselves. It's been a long old morning, but let's focus back on it. And maybe a 4-on-5, but the number of weapons in the hands of Wings Up are still outnumbering those of Mongols. We'll see if they have anything to put up in terms of a fight, as they're not really getting a chance to, sadly. Martin gets his head ripped off by machine gun. Those P250s are definitely proven their worth so far in comparison to the dual Berettas, as it's just all headshots. That's all we've seen from both sides. As machine gun puts an end to it, a single kill is all Wings Up were able to find in that pistol round. And that was a big find for the Mongols. They needed that after how things had started to go in the latter half of that CT side for them. We did say their T side, of course, was stronger versus YK earlier on. It was where they looked much better. But still, things can differ from game to game. If Wings Up found that pistol and got rolling in the early stages with the momentum they had, it would have been pretty troublesome. Oh, they're heavy on nades right now. Let's see.
See what the move is, mate. Where are they going to end up? It's going to be outside. Machine gun was the target. Looking good to hold on here as well. Not going to lose a single player. Beautiful stuff. Wings Up going for the early M4 buy. Early AK buy, we are usually a fan of. And it can work, and it can, you know, give you a quick chance back in, blah, 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 blah. But, like, early M4 buy, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, risky because you get limited utility, of course. FAMAS for Child King so that he can get some nades at least out, but it's not really great. I mean, normally why you'd want this is to catch the opponent off guard with their weaker weapons if they have like multiple SMGs and multiple Galils and stuff. That's not really the case. Sure, there's 1 MAC-10 and 1 Galil, but other than that, 3 AKs, perfect nades as well. Mongols are more than happy with what they have in hand right now, and it is still a bonus round. Already ran down what was very limited utility. What, they have 3 flashes left now on that CT side, still 1 minute and 25 seconds nearly on the clock. Not ideal.
Problematic, as we like to say. But we'll see here. Really playing it slow now, and I mean, yeah, perhaps sending the feelers out there and whatnot, but I would say indeed you can go a bit faster. As we've said, limited utility. They paid it out, and they do indeed. Pretty dry though. Contact flash ineffective. 5 on 3. What doink, right? We got the mini smoke. 1 fight 1. But that is all. Mongols a little dodgy with it, to be honest. Gas gonna get the 3k, and I mean, you don't need utility if they just run into you dry at the end of the day.
Yeah, it definitely makes things a little bit easier. As we said, it was basically the bonus round approach. But, yeah, surprising they didn't utilize their utility better after having put in the early effort to run down the few nades that Wings Up had. This time now, Wings Up have got all the utility really that they could ask for to back their buy. Obviously, they don't have a ton of money left over after that investment, but we'll have to see. This is just a very crucial gun round here in general. Just wondering what the hell he was doing. A little bit of a hole to work with. Not ideal with an A1S, but yeah, not often you use all your bullets anyway. And jump peek. Nice position just to find info. A very different approach to how the Mongols were playing it, and it kept backfiring that they were actively fighting it, so this might be the safer way. Maybe get the spot, fall back into the bomb site, and hope to maybe delay the extra few seconds so those rotations can at least start before the kill comes in. If you do go down without putting up much of a fight, that is. Obviously, ideally, you always want to take kills, but you plan for the worst.
Nice little spot here for Lan, but going to get his head ripped off. Nice shot coming through as we've come to expect. Trades thick and fast. keeping the advantage solidly now with an untraded kill from Yami in favor of that Mongol side. I don't know. It's tough here. It's a nice kill from Bingo. Might give them a chance in, but I would probably, again, just move to save, and I think that is going to be the move here. So, Mongols holding on to their lead just about.
Yeah, extending it, not just holding on to it. And I mean, even with the 2 weapons being saved here for Wings Up, it's not really going to do them all that good. All that much good, rather. Double eco even in the case of LAN and gas, so probably just gonna have to force it. No, sorry, not a double eco, they got 1900, my bad. But either way, they might consider the buy with Child King being able to drop 1 rifle. Bingo maybe could have went with a FAMAS, but yeah, I don't think it's the crazy buy that they're gonna go for. You have to consider all the options though when you're watching Asian CS, because there's like a 90% chance they're gonna go for the craziest thing that you can think of.
True. As we said earlier, expecting unexpected.
I think they just dropped a couple of pistols over, spend the excess cash, try and ensure that they're going to have as many chances, or optimize all the chances that they have, rather. Oh, that's not good for Child King. Drops down into the view of them coming out door as well. That is not ideal. Machine gun with an opening. The Deagle up close, gets a second. Nice shot by LAN, upgrades onto the AK now, and, well, doesn't want to overextend. He just wants to keep this advantage. He's called in for some assistance, and, yeah, they're happy to sit with this 4-on-3.
Okay. Okay. We didn't get some madness in the previous, but we got it in this one, Dean. It does, yeah. There's only so many rounds we can go without some wacky moves in a game like this. Now what? Right, Mongols really don't know, and it's not like they'd gone in deep or anything like that. So again, unsure. There's obviously saved weaponry and stuff like that. Nice find from Sogo, though. The patience going to pay off. And that's a pretty big kill. That is your only armoured rifle carrier. Yeah, LAN's got one, but... Oh, getting it across the Martin was going to be a challenge, but he drops down and he's able to actually recover that M4. LAN going to find another kill, doesn't even matter. Molly on top of the bomb. So they don't have the bomb, and it'll be about 28 seconds or something like that by the time they can get it back. Martin going to catch NCL with a lurk play. Sogo's got the bomb, but he's flanked out. Beautiful stuff. Really, really big round from Wings Up.
And it should give them a 10th off the back of it. So double digits likely to be found. Then if the next gun round goes their way, suddenly they're taking the lead. And already with them being on the CT side here, being down by 2 rounds is not too bad. You feel pretty much on par with your opponent. Oh, we get the pause coming again here from the Mongols. A few pistols maybe I think will be bought up. I'm surprised they haven't already bought a couple, but I guess they were planning on bringing this pause in, so they weren't in too much of a rush to buy. Either way, we're getting another close game here, definitely, for sure. After what initially was the first 5 rounds that had me thinking otherwise. I really did. It did seem like the Mongols were going to run away with it in those early stages. Wings Up, obviously, though, salvaged their T-side, scrapped through, and let's see if they can do the same now and really get things going on this on defense, rather. Ideally, they want to take some clean rounds. That's something that they haven't been able to do quite yet.
Scrapped and scraped through, mate, to be honest. Yeah, it was hard fought, but will it be enough? Mongols with that slight lead, really milking this, really stretching it out as much as they can. Look set to get away from them, but even then, right, they'll still have it by the 1 round, and although Magnums but should be able to get a decent enough buy in the next round. LAN going to be tagged down pretty low here, so already from the early stages, you know, it looks doable in a way. Oh, if he finds the kill, it certainly would start to unravel, but for him, 1:05, and they're just keeping this ramp play at bay at the moment, and I think Martin is back. Great timing for the flash, really splits them up, makes it awkward. AWP is the next line of defense. Easy setup, especially when they have no utility. And that will be all she wrote for the round, not a single player falling.
Said they needed something clean, and, well, yeah, they give it to us. Should be... I was going to say, it should be another opportunity maybe for them here, because the buy isn't quite perfect for the Mongols, but it looks like they do want to go for it. Magnums is happy to stick himself on a deagle. Not quite the name is, the gun is name references, rather, but as close as you can get. And... well, I don't love this buy. They have so little utility as well. I'm surprised they didn't take the half buy and then go for the full investment in the next with everything they could ask for. Instead, they're on this very, very limited buy where they're just going to need to hit nasty shots, and if it doesn't work out, Wings Up are going to start running away with the lead. So it does feel very risky.
Nice one from Child King. Whoa, nice one from NCL. Child King has to be careful not to go down here. He kind of knows it, right? Going to grab a reposition. Good read as well on smoke, so I think it's a pretty nice play here. Martin going to move up secret. They could really work together. Find a kill or two. Martin. Red flash comes in, gets one. Think he might have just spotted another. So some information in, but they've got to know Child King's also not too far away. Yummy looking for the flank. Not going to be able to find it. Yeah, and Child King finds his head as well. So 42. Bingo drops Sogo. We're going for, you know, contact fights. Let's just scrap them or whatever, and it's not really working. Wings Up once again. We're really starting to dominate now. Only one player falling in a full rifle is really, really good stuff.
Yeah, this isn't working out for the Mongols. They'll have to take the eco this time. They can't even really afford to put much investment in. A few pistols. Kevlar for NCL. Surprising even. I didn't think they were going to get... even really be able to afford that, so it's a little bit more than I expected, but yeah, you have Wings Up who are already building up a ridiculous economy on a few of their players as well, so even if the Mongols do start winning out some rounds again, they're going to need to crack through a few of them before they actually put a dent in that economy, so it does seem like Wings Up have really started to take some control away. Nade should do decent damage. Yeah, we're getting a bit of a slower round because Wings Up just aren't taking any risks. They don't need to. They realize the Mongols are waiting for them with those weaker weapons, and well, with that, they just have no need really to aggress. NCL will have a chance here once he catches this player up close, but no, they get mowed down instead. I like the idea. I mean, as soon as you spot that player is fully committed to the angle, two of them are there as well. It's a good chance to at least trade and steal a weapon away. Just unfortunate they did line up.
Machine gun very ready. He's trying to spot a foot or something. Not going to happen. And while they're kind of focusing on this player that's on the top of hut, Child King creeps in to find Sogo. So Machine gun can wait all he likes. I don't think he's going to get the chance at the free kill. And eventually out-rotated, taken down, flawless round. It's just becoming run-of-the-mill stuff, man. Wings Up. Yeah, really no sweat off their brow these past 3 or 4 rounds, to be honest with you, Dean. Like, they are really starting to take over. And Mongols have to get a rifle quick because I can see this one being over fast. And although the scoreline will look a bit closer towards the end, it will be somewhat misleading. Mongols, good for the pistol in this half. And, of course, we move into Dust 2 next. It's pretty scary stuff, to be quite honest with you, if they can't get it going. They also got the pistol in that first half, of course, so that really does come into effect. If you're losing by a substantial number of rounds and you lose, you win both pistols, it's a pretty bad picture that you're painting, I feel.
This is the sort of map where this sort of performance can carry over as well in terms of the individuals, so the Mongols can't let that happen. They at the very least need to start putting up a bit of a fight throughout these last few rounds towards the end of this T side, even if they don't win it. Just Not to let it be so easy. Hopefully you can't hear that dog that's barking. Child King. Pushing in through lobby. Probably a good call, a good timing on it as well, considering the wrap that's now coming in through main. The problem is his teammate is kind of left alone. Plan will be able to fall back into the hut though. That's the bomb delivered to him. That leaves Sogo all alone. He was able to get the single trade, but that is all before he's returned on 13 and 11. The Mongols can't put up a fight at all anymore, it seems. It was their CT side that struggled earlier on. Now it's their T side that just seems flat. Again, the pause when they don't have the buy ready to come.
I don't know, Chief. Just the way that it formats. I see some teams do this, you know, and just like we talked about before, use this upcoming round as kind of a throwaway. It's maybe one of the developmental things that need to, you know, be worked out, is that have some set rounds, have some pocket rounds for your half buys and whatnot. I have a feeling that we're going to see them, you know, try and go for an outside 1D or, you know, something like that, rather than the sort of more predictable rounds, right, where we talk about like outside smokes being a little obvious and things like that. It'd be nice to see them in this round and be a bit creative, charge through smokes and stuff. Yeah, it seems like we're moving into a technical here as well, which is annoying. Hopefully not too long, gamers. We'll try and let you know what's going on when we get some info.
It was rough. I had something I was going to say a moment ago, but I just completely blanked then once the technical pause happened. Because I was like,
it's been a somewhat long day, and, you know, an early-ish start for us. Definitely not us fellas on the gamer hours, right?
Yeah, yeah. I just have an inverted sleeping schedule. Pretty much.
Mine's doing okay. I was actually set up pretty well for this. I've been doing a bit of traveling around and saw a gig the other day. Had to be up early to get to that, you know. So I'm kind of set up, which is nice.
Who'd you see?
Mark Ribbolay. Don't know if you've.
The name's familiar, but I would...
He is the fella, you might have seen him on socials and stuff, because he's on YouTube is where he like got his start, and he's like...
Oh, I think Mitch might have showed
the guy who does like the improvised loop stuff in his like dressing gown.
Yeah, I did. Mitch showed me him, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I think Mitch showed me him because he bought the dressing gown the dude was wearing in the video he was showing me. And he was like, look, I got this dressing gown. If I remember correctly. Yeah. I think he said it cost him a couple $100 or something.
Okay. I mean, they do look quite comfortable.
If it's comfortable,
I mean, like this, pretty airy in it. Would be nice.
We're sitting with a bit of a longer pause right now, unfortunately. It's given the boys some extra time to discuss, I suppose. What I was gonna say earlier was that I suppose calling the pause on these half buy rounds, as you said, also gives them the chance to see what they're gonna do with the half buy, but it also gives them an opportunity, if they have a plan in mind for that next gun round, to maybe make some adjustments before even going into the round based on what they're seeing of how their opponents are playing, with an extra round to kind of like, I guess, get a bit more of a feel on it. You can also use the round to maybe steer misdirections as well. Sometimes. Do something you're planning on doing in the next round, rather, but approach it in a different way. I suppose having 2 rounds to work with off the pause rather than 1 definitely has its positives.
Very true. We are out of the tech, though. Thank you for your patience, everybody at home watching. Might be in the office. Might be at home.
What if they had
Big
no
nade.
patience? No, thank you then. Oh, okay. That's an AK and a 5-on-3.
Okay. Alright, hold on. Chow King could be massive here. Oh, he's going to catch on the backside. Nice little clear out as well. Drops Yami. They'll know he's behind now, but he's got the information. Knows what's up. Bingo! I was going to say set up for it, but didn't catch the timing properly. Will go down. 4-on-2, I think. Ah, man, you've got so much money. You might as well just go for it, I guess. So you never know what's going to happen here. Obviously, there's no utility for the T side, so it definitely is possible. Nice smoke to isolate them. Machine Gun has to find this kill, and he can't. So, not out of the question. Utility clearing angles. Child King gonna get another. Will fall. And now it's good stuff, right? Gas. Here. Sogo is just really screwing with him. NCL will come in to get the kill, but it felt like he was pretty much dead to rights there. They'll take some weapons away. That's kind of one thing, I guess, but a silly round to be losing for Wings Up. That is for sure.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can be thrown off by sitting around in the pauses a little bit, but yeah, it was surprising that they lost out there. I mean, they've still got some money left over even after this, so it's not like it's left them in danger of being broken, but it gives a lifeline to the Mongols that looked like it was never going to come before that pause came in. So feeling like we might have had a little bit of a mental reset perhaps. Let's see. Child King wasn't expecting to push through the smoke. Thankfully he does get his weapon back out in time, but he's going to be spammed in return, so the numbers don't really remain in their favor, and they're going to very quickly flip in favor of Wings Up now. As Machine Gun falls, Sogo goes down as well before they get that return on Bingo. As Magnums has actually gotten himself 2 of them so far, without spotting anyone, because he burned one guy alive and spammed the other through the smoke. Ooh, might have a chance to catch Lan. It looks like Lan's aware of the rotation through vent, though.
Yeah, nice pickup. Probably going to seal the round with that frag, to be honest. NCL up on the top side. Not really looking too good. I don't know. It's tough. You're in these late stages. I guess taking some guns away, it could really help you, but ultimately he's got to be winning the round here, right? Wings Up will move to 14, and that is a pretty terrifying prospect. Lan onto the AK, actually taking the same angle that he needs, and as you can see, it's unexpected. Big find, 14-12. No bomb plant means the buy here will be slightly shaky. So, Wings Up really, really set up to be taking this map pick.
Yeah, it definitely should be theirs. Looks like the Force is going to come in. The AKs and body armor on a bunch of players, it seems. No, they actually got helmets on pretty much everyone, did they? Yeah, sorry, I thought they were a little bit short, but they must have bought the armor first. It's not a terrible buy. Nades are even okay. But it's their last chance. If they don't make it happen here and now, then fight to try and do it in the next round won't be any better, and at that point then they're left fighting for an overtime, which is never fun. But yeah, it's a bit of a slower round again from the Mongols. Just pressure everywhere. Nades across the board. As always, destroy the door, put the smoke out. Just try and see if you can get it in the mind of your opponents that you might have someone down there. Doesn't seem to have sold any sort of a fake, though. They're aware that no one got the drop, so for now anyway, we have a bit of a stalemate.
We do indeed.
That wallbang was landing, was it? Yeah, it done
a little.
Barely any damage, though.
Still annoying.
Give him a tickle.
Lan's the man to watch for me, though. This is the angle. This is the spot. He wants it. He wants to keep going. He's not going to. He's just going to tease us, D. Gets the smoke down, and then he's out of there. For goodness sake. 40 seconds. I mean, Mongols really winding this clock down. Just going to go for an A burst by the looks of it. And I mean, pretty strong defense over here, right? There's 3 good to go, and then 1 pretty close in at hell. Yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know. This could go south fast. Sogo going to open up onto Child King. Bingo. Nice angle. Tough to deal with. They will indeed take him out quick. Lan also only good for 1, but there he is. Gas up that ladder fast. Has to concede some control, but into the 2 versus 2 for the retake.
Yeah, both coming in from heaven as well. There is a nade in Yami's possession. Doesn't quite get it off, I don't think, to get the maximum damage. She doesn't really get any damage from it. Martin's the one with the kit here as well, which isn't ideal. He wants to get that initial pick before hopping on the bomb, and, well, it's going to be the wallbang attempt to take him off it. Unfortunately, he's not able to get it. Yami, I mean, I think the first initial few bullets all landed and brought him down to 40, and then afterwards just didn't manage to get any more on him. Trying to run out wouldn't have done him any better either with the player above watching, so yeah, it was a hard one to deal with, unfortunately, and with that, the defuse comes in. It's 15-12. The Mongols need 3 in a row to try and pull it to an overtime. At the very least, though, they did find a bomb plant. So trying to find some positives here. They don't have any weaknesses to their buy.
I mean, still, you've got the overall context, right? 3 in a row required, and it's going to be tough here. Wings Up have really not shown many signs of letting up, right? Again, as mentioned, lost the pistol in this half. A couple of sporadic rifle rounds for Mongols secured, but not an awful lot of anything. Wings Up CT side has been pretty impenetrable, and now, you know, they're moving on to this double up setup. It's another thing to deal with. So, Mongols going to be tough. They are not too foreign to the overtime, though, that's for sure. I don't know if they're going to make it this time, though. The feeling for me is not quite there. I think Wings Up are looking like the much stronger side in this. You know, 12 rounds from Mongols is kind of deceiving in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't felt anywhere near that competitive. The initial 5 rounds were good from the Mongols. It looked like they had great control. Like, I mean, I don't think they were losing much in terms of players or anything. Focus back on this for now. I was going to say since then they've pretty much been missing. Decent trade, of course, back from Wings Up there to at least keep it in the 4-on-4 after giving up the secret control, and that was the bomb that was coming out double. You think you would have sent the bomb over towards single? Smoke out and try and get it planted behind the silo. A weird one, definitely, but it is in the end going to be the 16-12 rather, that goes over towards Wings Up. Yeah, I mean, that was not quite what I expected. We thought Mongols were going to struggle on Nuke, but we didn't think it was going to be their T side where they struggled so much, considering it looked pretty decent earlier on. They just never got going at all right there. Their CT was also pretty terrible, bar the initial few rounds that they got off the back of that pistol round. So